Alright, hombres. 5 good comic book covers. No theme for them. Just 5 good comic book covers. Some people do put a bit too much emphasis on the notion they are being called good. Good is a passing grade. It's not an A star or anything. They are just 5 covers from my collection that I think deserve some recognition. Not all the recognition you can muster, but some of it. Up first, we have Amazing Spider-Man 278 by the Vess monster. Spider-Man, Hobgoblin, and a Shadow. We have all the white space and the actual image itself being quite a small part of the cover, with the shadow taking up most of our canvas. It is almost a routine cover concept now, but back then, I don't think it was original here, but it was seen a lot less. It felt more bold and exciting. Usually when an issue had a cover like this, it kind of let you know that there would be a big development in it, or an emotional loss of some sort. And the emotional loss of this issue is the death of Raph. R.I.P. Raph. I am your only fan. Cables and Dead Pills issue 18, and I had to triple check that I hadn't featured this before. This issue and me go way back to the days of comic book resources, before Kurt Busey got me banned from the forums for saying that he isn't a good writer. This was my avatar, Cables as a little kid. I like that it takes a character like Cables, a gruff, battle-ardent, grumpy, ad man, soldier boy, and then juxtaposes the character as we know him with a little dinky child with puppy dog eyes. It is part of the story too. It is not like those baby variant covers they did in the 2010s. Cables is actually a little boy in this issue. Bonus points, in my opinion, for the clever inclusion of Dead Pills on the cover. I have about 200 ideas for themes for these videos, but the problem is often I can't think of enough covers for them. One was going to be Team Admin, picking out a new team, who will be on the team, covers like that. I have scrapped that theme by including this here. This is Young Excellent Men number 6 by Ken Dodds. Flippy Flappy Floopy Endus. Cyclist is selecting characters to be on this team, and so we have all the candidates pictured in the form of floating heads. I really like this one and this cover theme most of the time. But if I add one complaint, would some copy text Earth? Something simple like, who will join the Young Excellent Men, or whatever. The idea is obvious to me, it's obvious to you, but I don't think everybody would straight away assume that is the point of this cover. Some more bonus points being awarded. Actually pretty subtle and hidden away head of Eclipse. It has been a long time since we had Mr. Gregory Landsman show his controversial face around these parts. This is Uncanny Excellent Men 509, almost definitely traced from some Playboy centerfolds. This is Fetish Fuel, by which I mean this is the character I call Fetish Fuel. Arguably, the character, Gregory Landsman, was born to draw. We have a split image, a mirror image thing going on. I will come back to that. It is showing both sides of Fetish Fuel's history. We have the Asian ninja cum-sucking Fetish Fuel, and then the slightly less pornographic but still strips naked all the time original British supermodel body. Sorry, it looks like we are going to spend a bit longer on this cover. I said mirror image, and because it is Gregory Landsman, I do not doubt this is a mirror image. He drew, or rather traced, off the image and then flipped it. One thing I will say is it surprisingly works. I'll use this to show it. You can cover off the image and either side of it still looks good and not as awkward as it should. As far as Gregory Landsman goes, when you take into account all his bad practices and bullshit habits, I think this is a good cover showing this character, and one of Gregory Landsman's better and more professional pieces. We opened with Spider-Man, and now we end with Spider-Man. This is Spectator Spider-Man number 206 by John Buscema. That is Sal Buscema's brother. I had to check this one too. I had to make sure that I hadn't had it on a covers video before. This is a really good cover. We have Tom Stone holding up the mask of Spider-Man. Tom Stone, he has defeated Spider-Man. It is a great cover to sell Tom Stone as a bad guy. Better than any of the many covers of Tom Stone from his heyday when Gary Conman was writing. He is wearing his leather goth Elvis costume, so that's not the best. But you cannot see much of that gimp suit on this cover, and what we do see is some really underrated cover art. I want to quickly say those were 5 good comic book covers because I only realised I could have done a silly subconscious theme if I had arranged these differently. We could have had Spider-Man, a young excellent man. Mirror, young excellent men. Spider-Man. What do you think of these? Feel free to leave all your knee-jerk reactions down below. Me, I'm going to go and drink some milk, so I say 7 thumbs up.